Good afternoon to everybody. I'd like to thank you very much for your great invitation, and I'm very proud to be here in Kazan today. And I'm very proud to attend this meeting, this first international forum dedicated to the activity of the regions. So I'm here to share with you a great experience we had in France, initiated by the region of Rouen, of Normandy, with the city of Rouen. And I will try to present you what makes the success of this event, which is called the Armada. So the first success of the Armada, we'll see, is the ability of the event to attract 9 million visitors. So we'll see how we managed to do that.
Rежис, 9 million per year. Rежis, 9 million per year?
What?
Every year?
No, it's, I will give you more details, but it's every 5 years. The Armada can attract massive public, so we said. I will then give you some important indicators, as well as some key figures of its economic and image outreach. Then we will try to understand together what is the reason for this success. And at the end of the presentation, I will give you some maybe a quick clue of what we are doing in France as a company. And also I will be very happy to answer your questions. So let me start with a brief introduction on the general context which impacts the way we worked, the way we are working today, and the way we will work tomorrow. So firstly, according to the UNWTO, tourism in Europe and around the world is facing a revolution, which is the blooming of the offer. When the demand will continue to increase by an average of 3.3% a year, the offer of destination will continue to grow even faster, which for us has a big consequences, which is the hyper-competition between destinations. Secondly, the mapping of the tourism demands shows that the demand is mainly growing for short travels, city travel, and premium clientele. So this confirms the imperious need for destination to develop their attractivity. Not also through top-level hospitality services, but also through a strong marketing identity. In Rouen, we have decided with the city and the region to embody this strong identity by creating popular and regular events, among them the Armada. So now we'll go into details, and I will present you in short what is actually this Armada. So first, Rouen. Where is Rouen? Rouen is a city a bit like Kazan, 1 million inhabitants, very important city in France, in between Paris and Le Havre, which is the first harbor in France. It belongs to the Normandy region, which are represented on this map with the colored departments. The Armada. So this event was founded in 1999, and it brings every 5 years in Rouen the most beautiful yachts in the world, and attracts for 10 days more than 9 million people. The Rouen Armada is positioned as a major international event. Among the first French event with the Tour de France, the Armada has attracted at its beginning 4 million people in 1999 to reach, as I told you, 9 million in 2008, which was the last edition. From one edition to the other, the number of visitors continue to increase, and the origin of the people visiting the Armada people are coming from the distance is growing, you know, is getting bigger. People are coming from all over the world now to visit the Armada. So you can find there large vessels of foreign navies, 3 and 4 masts from all around the world, tall ships, warships, and that guarantee to the Armada of France a unique plateau. You can see here some ships who were in the Armada in 2008. I guess that the Kazan, which is a Russian ship, a Russian 4-mast ship, will be in the Armada in 2013. So with these ships, there is like thousands of sailors, more than 6,000 in 2008, who peacefully invade the streets of France in a festive and friendly atmosphere. The port of France, as you can see here on this map, is well appropriated to the event with the 10 kilometers of renovated banks and docks around the Seine. The site welcomes every day thousands of people in the same time. Access is free, as well for the visit of the boat, and as well for all the animation which are proposed by the organizers. The Port of France, the partners, companies and local authorities use the Armada to do some PR operation and to invite some very important officials in the VIP village and in the yachts. Organizers of the Armada and these partners offer each a very large entertainment program. You can find like 22 restaurants and 11 bars which are just dedicated to the Armada. There is 130 tents and stands with their own animation. A free concert with some very well-known artists from France and also around the world, which are organized every night. You can have also a firework every night, a traditional crew parade, sport competition between the seamen, and the last day, a famous pageant through the river Seine between Rouen and Le Havre, who attracts more than 1 million spectators in between Rouen and Le Havre. So here you can see some pictures on the fireworks parade. So that was, in short, you know, like what is the Armada today. And now I will give you some financial data so that you can find so the total cost of the organization amounts 12 million euros. This budget does not take into consideration the cost of the local official agents needed during the event. And the part between public funding and private funding is shared as follows: 58% for publics and 42% for private. But for what result? I would like now, if you give me the permission, to focus on the result obtained by the Armada. The first success, as we said, during the Armada is to attract more than 9 million visitors. On a sample of 105,000 visitors tested, the Regional Office of Tourism of Rouen came out with the following figures from the destination of the origin of the visitors. 43% are coming from Normandy, directly from the region. 17% are coming from Paris, 17% from other regions of France, and 23% from abroad. And 55% visitors and newcomers from an edition to another. However, the results are more impressive in the field of image and image outreach. Regarding the image, the Armada enjoys a global media coverage, including international broadcasted media like CNN, Euronews, or BBC. It's more than 600 accredited journalists on the event, and for a result of 7,000 press articles around the world. In the field of economic benefits, the result is also amazing. The global turnover of the event is estimated around 18 to 20 million euro, which is generated on the banks of the river by the visitor coming and visiting the boats. The total turnover for the region Haute-Normandie, the impact which has been evaluated, is amounting over 60 million euro benefits. As an example, I can give you the impact on the occupancy rate of the hotel industry. In Rouen, on a basis of 1.5 million nights, the hotel rooms are fully booked during the Armada, when the occupancy rates do not exceed 59 to 71% on a year without Armada. So you can understand for the city and for the region the importance of the economic benefits driven by the event. Let us try now maybe to understand what made the success of this event. First, maybe the marketing strategy plays for sure an important role. It relies on three main issues. Firstly, since the first edition, the organizers have decided that the entrance of the manifestation should be free. So it's completely free. Nearly everything, you don't need to pay to access to the boats. You don't need to pay to access to the banks of the river. And the many entertainment I spoke, like free concerts, fireworks, Ferris wheel, everything is free. So for sure, it attracts people. If you want a comparison, there is another event which is quite similar to the Armada in Brest, like a tall ship coming in Brest, which is a big harbor in France, and they just attract 600,000 people because everything you have to pay to visit the boats. It's like another business model, and for sure Brest will not be able to welcome 1 million or 9 million people, and that's the reason why they decided to make the entrance that people should pay. But with the Armada and the free entrance, then you can have 9 million people visitors. Secondly, the Armada has always been driven by a strong concept that is very important in marketing. By example, the first edition was the opportunity to celebrate the bicentenary of the French Revolution. The second Armada was the opportunity to celebrate the 50th birthday of the D-Day and the opportunity to celebrate the French-American friendship. Thirdly, which is also very important to us, the event has always been highly related to the heritage of the region and the city of Rouen. Welcoming tall ship is in the DNA of the region, as Le Havre, Rouen is the first harbor in France, located in between sea and land. And I think we spoke about that already this morning when saying that in Kazan you've got everything, so you don't need to invent some stories, you just have to take what is the heritage of the city and then create events. Okay, I will also speak about the communication, which for us is very important to make these people come. This strategy was divided in a complete communication plan since the beginning. Firstly, by creation of the communication tools. There is website, brochure, program, packages, everything with some contents given to the visitors, so that the program should be very detailed. We've done the networking and the lobbying approach to reinforce links with international groups in touristic sectors, so that we can have some packages sold abroad, and that will drive some visitors from Europe and from other countries and other regions in France. We developed also a training approach with TOs, travel agencies, MICE companies, following the same objective. And then we had we planned a whole media campaign, which was tailored for each public of the Armada, which are families, students, scholars, retired people, local, Parisian, foreigners, and for each of its targets, we had a special media campaign. But the most important is that we use ambassadors to leverage the media campaigns. Then 6,000 people of the region of Normandy, which are working for the communication of the event. And the same, we have not only one website, but there is 75 sites labeled by the organization who can provide information all over the world. Finally, which is very important to understand the success of this Armada, you have to go through a bit the organization of the event. The Armada is directed by an iconic man who has been incarnating the event since 20 years. And that, I think, is very important in the success of whatever event in the world. You have to have a creator or somebody who incarnates the event. Then you've got a network of 2,500 volunteers, which is really a lot, I can tell you, but which is strictly managed by professionals and consultants. Because there are volunteers who are not used to organize even, you know, like big companies are not used to organize events with 9 million visitors. So there is a very high standards of professionalism to manage these volunteers. And then also on a more political point of view, the ability of the different counterparts to work as a team. Local authorities can be also influenced very different. You've got the region, you've got the city, you've got the departments, and they've got all their objective of communication, but for the Armada, they work together. We also work with the different tourist offices, which is in the same level, city, department, region, and also with the hospitality professionals. And this working team is working in a joint governance within an association, the Association Armada. So that will make an easy transition very quickly. So what we are doing for this Armada, there is like maybe we are clearly working to define the strategy of the event, and then from the beginning, like what the regional aim for tourism attractiveness to the end, which is the event communication plan. I will try to accelerate a bit because I guess I'm a bit long. So our group, very quickly, we are specialized in sports marketing. We are a leader in French with everything like organizing sports and marketing and culture events, and we belong to a group which is one of the biggest groups in France for communication. It's called the Public System. If I can give you some example or reference of what we do, I would say maybe of what you know, we are the organizer of the American Film Festival in Deauville, which is every year and which has been created for the city of Deauville. We also work for Renault by organizing the World Series of Renault, which is a competition circuit around the world, mainly around Europe, which attracts 5 times a year 600,000 people, based around sports competition for sure. We are also organizing the French representation in London for the Olympic Games, or we are the representative of Macau for their tourism office in France. We do organize several events like that. In conclusion, I would say that The Armada of France shows that with some strict guidelines, a region can attract millions of visitors through international events under following conditions. First, we need a very strong political support, which is the basis of an event that you want to organize several times. Secondly, we have the choice to own and develop our own event rather than hosting international one. It's not that we don't want to host, but it was a choice at the beginning of the strategy. I think you can do both of them. But by developing your own event, you can develop an identity from one edition to another one. When just hosting a foreign or an event coming from abroad, you just have to organize it once, and then when it goes away, it's difficult to have the heritage of the identity. You need to have a natural story between the region and the event. You need also a very strong marketing strategy, custom for each target. When you want to attract a lot of people, you will have so many different people coming that the marketing has to be customs for each target. Also, very important in the communication is after participative communication shared with ambassadors, because that leverages a lot your ability to give your message to the world. And never forget also that in any event, the first public is the domestic one. Remember, for the Armada, 75% of the public is from France. But attracting the right public allows you to boost your image in the world, and then to attract foreign people. However, the organizers are also facing new challenges to keep the crowd coming to the Armada. They need, or we need, because we are working as the advisor, to make the positioning of the Armada to evolve with the positioning of the Armada. When visitors wanted just to entertain, now they want to act, and also they want to learn. And then the animation you will find in an event has to take this point into consideration. Also, private funding has to be developed, because wherever in the world, public fundings cannot play the role of sponsoring the whole event. And then we are working very hard to develop marketing offers which allow private companies to finance the event. Also, the digital strategy has to be enhanced, because it's the best way to communicate to all of us targets around the world. And the next step may be, furthermore, the different counterparts, organizers, city, department, region are ready to explore the premises of brand communication. As you know, brand communication is this fact of considering the communication of a region like a whole with a unique identity, and then all the media campaign which will be organized will have to respect this strictly related to this unique positioning. That's what we will try to do for the next edition of the Armada in 2013, with linking the event with the other event organized by the region, like Normandy Impressionist, or all the different media campaigns. Okay, so I thank you very much for your listening.
Merci, Régis.